What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on the Valguero Cluster series. Not too sure what name we're going to give this, but I think Valguero Cluster series is a little bit too wordy. But yes, nevertheless, we're going to move on past that introduction. Now, me and Mac did actually go out, and after doing a couple of different little runs, we've done a few runs on the Ice Wyvern Den up on Valguero. And we've still got a bunch of eggs left over from the runs that we've done on Ragnarok, so we've got a ton more eggs in here ready to be hatched, but we thought that we'd get another one of each on the go, because we've got a lightning and a fire one. I believe Mac's one is down just there. He's all fully grown and being leveled up currently. And then I've claimed the Ice Wyvern because I absolutely love the way that these guys look. And then he's got the poison one. These two are pretty much just going to be weight carriers for going back and forth to places, because they're pretty quick. They're like one of the fastest flyers in the game, and they've got very decent weight on them. Unfortunately, they don't get any sort of weight reductions on anything, but I thought I'd let you know that that's what's going on in the background. So I actually do have to come back in about 5 hours and 46 minutes. I need to get this adventure done and dusted with, but we are actually going to be venturing over to the Extinction server. Now, I'm not too sure on how the transfer works on dinos, because we can actually craft the cryopods in supply drops and whatnot. What I have gone ahead and done, I don't want to show you that because that's not completely finished. Let's just get away from there quickly. So what I have gone ahead and done, we've got some cryopods on us, because obviously I'm going over there to tame something in particular. I'll let you know that in a sec. But we've also got a Dodic on us, we've got a Mammoth on us, and then we've got a Moose on us. Now, I'm going to upload the Wyvern as normal, because I don't want to risk anything happening to him. And then we've got the Dodi and Mammoth I'm going to upload as items under the Ark data. And then the random garbage sort of Moose that we've got. I'm just going to keep him in my inventory just to see what happens, because I'm not too sure if you're allowed to transfer them that way or not, but I'm fairly sure that we'll find out one way or another. The only dodgy thing about going to the green knob is that it can sometimes be quite hazardous. It doesn't take 2 seconds to actually get over here. I did actually build a little hut over here, so when we do transfer back to this server, I've got somewhere close to an ob that I can spawn that is relatively safe, and then that's actually got a bunch of like windows in it that I can shoot out of. That little box over there on the left hand side is my little box. We've got a couple of beds in there, but you usually do get Ferrozinos. You've got Deinonychus, we've got a Carno that's spawned obviously just down here, which we're going to have to get rid of. Come on. Oh, it's a big one. Level 100. That's him out of the way with. My TV's threatening to go into standby, so let me hit a button on that controller. Now, where is... Okay, we've got a Parasaur up there, so probably no threats up that way. No, I think we're relatively okay. So if we go to you, and then we go to the Ark data. Now, like I said, we're going to upload the Dodic and the Mammoth as normal, as items in the Ark data. And then creatures, we want to upload Tesla. So yep, he can go up there. And then we're just going to transfer to the other server, and I'll let you know how it gets on the other side. Alright then, so we're over here on Extinction. We've spawned in the Central Sanctuary, I do believe, which is dead center of the map apparently. And let's see how our cryopod's doing. So if we get this guy out, are you going to be normal? Oh yeah, it's the same level and it's normal, and now we've got a moose to ride around on. So I need to go and find a terminal. We've got a couple of little dillos down that way. Now I wish that I brought the Wyvern in one of the cryopods, but beggars can't be choosers. Now there is a little area that I do like on Extinction map to set up our sort of FOB, our forward operating base, and that's going to be to the right hand side of the city. There's like a little section with a bunch of fountains and whatnot, but yeah, I'll bring you over there once I'm actually there. I'm not too sure if there's too many dangers while getting there, apart from what sounds to be very close. one of them stupid defender things, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue right now because we can probably outrun them. If we got any points on this guy, actually we've got 5 levels. He's got very low health, but I'm going to pump some movement speed on him just so we get around quicker. Yeah, so let me get over there, and once I've managed to retrieve the other 3 amigos from our cryopods and the wyvern to actually give us a little bit of muscle on this map, then I'll bring you back. Alright then guys, so this is the area that I'm thinking of setting up our little forward operating base now. You've got a big sort of building directly behind us with fountains coming down. Now I really do like this area because you've got water right nearby, you've got loads of trees and stones for gathering, you've got a good few metal nodes I know that are dotted about, and then you've got tons of lampposts, and then you also got tables up in that big dome thing just at the back there, which give a ton of metal, element dust, crystal, and I'm not too sure about electronics. I'm fairly sure the lampposts around here give electronics though. This moose is stupidly loud, I can't wait to get my other dinos down. But we've got one of the little, whatchamacallit, the terminals just over here, which I do believe you can get your other stuff out from. Can we get my, there we go, welcome back Tesla. And we can then take these guys out. Now apparently there was an issue with the cryopods that when you transfer dinos back and forth, they lose durability, but I have not seen that on any of mine yet. And I forgot that I've still got the skins turned on, so I keep on getting an absolute ton of the random garbage skins, which I'm going to just go ahead and drop. Thank you. Then we've got Tech Rex, the Bionic, Let's get rid of all of them. And I think we are all happy days here. But we've got 20 more seconds for the cooldown on that one. Let's get on to Tesla. Oh, can you, Tesla, land? Thank you. Now what I'm going to do is set up a little fob in this area, get sort of situated, get some beds down in order. Can we get you to come over here, mate? Oh, come on. How about now? Is he just straight up ignoring me now? Oh, there we go. Took a second for him to clock on. But yeah, I'm going to get a little fob set up, and then I'm also going to go around and kill some enforcers because they dropped the blueprints, and I'd really like to have an enforcer to go around on the ground on this map. Just to make it feel a little bit more even. I've never actually used the wyvern on this map though, so I'm quite looking forward to flying around a bit on one and just terrorising everything I can. But yeah, I'm going to get sort of situated here, and once I am, I'll bring you back for our little excursion on this map. Alright then guys, so it's around about 4 hours later. I've got about 2 hours before I actually have to head back, and why is this damaged? That I have to actually head back and take care of the wyverns because they're going to want imprinting soon. I've already had to pop back once to do a milk run to make sure we've got that on hand for the imprints. But so far so good on the sort of forward operating base here. We've got a couple of dino gates either side. Walls up all around to protect our littler dinos. Now obviously the mammoth can't fit into them, and I didn't fancy building a behemoth gate because they're just stupidly large. So the mammoth is just going to be able to take care of himself outside. He should be on neutral just in case. Yep, neutral in case he gets attacked. So everything there is all safe and sound. Then after I've done that, I actually went ahead and built a bunch of stone walls. So I've sort of separated them into stacks of 10, and we've also got another 63 sitting on the wyvern. And that is so that we can head over into the jungle area, which is, I believe it's in the northwest, in that direction. I've not uncovered much of the map, I've literally just been around the actual city. But I believe it's up in the top left, so I'm going to head over there because we really want to go and find a Gacha. Now, with the Gachas, there's a reason that I want to get them, is one, because, well, you get some decent loot from the higher level ones. Oh, this wyvern's flying slow. I'm going to see if I can drop any other weight rather than the actual stone walls, so just drop a bunch of the meat. Oh, it's just going to be slow going. Yeah, so the whole point of the Gachas is that we're taking on a project of a hatchery, which Mac himself sort of designed that outlaying sort of structure of it for. And it's going to require a ton of clay, and I'm hoping to be able to tame a Gacha in order to produce clay for us. Now obviously if we get one that produces black bells or element dust, then it's all happy days there as well. plus you get the additional benefit of having the random sort of loot drops from their crystals. This trip is going to take so long, isn't it? And yeah, so the main point is that I want one for clay, so that way we can just start producing clay, because trying to get clay on Valguero map, although you can just go around the beaches and spam along the beach fronts to get like piles of sand, it doesn't take extremely long, but the quantities that we need it in, it is going to take a good minute or two. So I'm heading over there. I'll meet you over in the sort of, is it the sunken forest, I believe it's called? So I'm going to meet you over there, and once this wyvern gets over there, that is, yeah. So I guess I'll catch you over there in a minute. Alright then guys, so finally made it over here into the, where is it? Crater Forest apparently? Is apparently where we are, and I've managed to come across a Gacha that sort of trapped himself in, I don't know, a couple of rocks over here, but we're going to check out his level anyway. A 145, could it get any better than that? But I have no idea how many walls, how many walls it's going to take. So we've got a fair few on us. Do they aggro? I don't think they do. So throw you down. Are you going to eat our walls? Come on. You know you're hungry. Look, you're eating. There we go. So it's going to take a fair few of these guys. So let's just throw a couple more down. Come on. And I know that they lose their taming effectiveness fairly quickly as well. Oh, see, his taming's just dropping as well. Split, throw. Okay, so he is eating them. Let's just keep on throwing these guys at his feet. Go to you. Probably going to take all of our walls in order to do this. And because I'm using a pad, trying to do this quickly is not going to be the easiest task in the world. And the worst thing to do is actually feed him all the walls at once, because it will still count as the sort of same amount, but it won't do half as much. Look. Steve, he's going to run out, isn't he? If we do that, and then we split, split, and then split, we're probably going to have to start just throwing random stuff to him to eat. So quickly grab some of you. So grab. Gonna want some stone or something. Is there any trees around here? There is trees. Hopefully it doesn't lose all of its effectiveness, because I know that we could just make some stone tools for him to eat. I was hoping that 100 and bloody goddamn how many balls was that would be enough, but clearly not. Do this, do some of that. And come on, get on. What's the betting he's dropped down to like 0 again? Okay. Hopefully he's not dropped all the way down to 0. Or she. I believe it's she. Oh, she's nearly done, so happy days there. Let's go on to weapons, primitive, melee. Oh really, Thatch? Come on. Oh, have one of them. Yeah, we're gonna need more thatch. Oh, this is gone very, very quickly badly. Can we just get some thatch, and then we just throw a bunch of these pickaxes down. Give it a little whack of wings. Fly back. I'm now just narrating everything I do, because I'm in a little bit of a panic and a little bit all over the place. I was hoping that many walls would have done the trick, but clearly I've severely underestimated how much, and I'm fairly sure each time she kicks out a crystal, her taming thing's going to be dropping down. Yep, awesome. We can make 30 of these guys, so as soon as they craft we can just start lobbing these on the floor. Eat. Be happy. I'm just going to throw them to you as quick as I can make them. And she's eating them even quicker than I can make them. But at least she's trapped in these rocks, so it's the case that we've got 30 odd of these to feed to her. And she was, I think it was at 82% when I first started. So let's see what she tames out at from a 145. I'm hoping it's going to be reasonably high, and hopefully she's got some decent productivity options. But yeah, I'm going to see how this goes, and if I need to run off and grab more resources, I'll bring you back. Oh, at last. I was down to like crafting my last 5 pickaxes. That is, I think it's like 140 odd pickaxes. I have no idea what level. Yeah, got the taming effectiveness got trashed. It's only come out as 150. So I must have lost around about 95%. In retrospect, I probably should have just carried it back to base and started the tame again. But you know what? It's a gacha and I'm okay with that. Sand, which is good. Black pearls, excellent. Fiber, really. Annie, silk's always handy. Congealed gas balls is handy. A lot of them are rare resources that we can't really get anywhere else, so I'm actually okay with that. I'm a little bit unhappy with the taming effectiveness, especially with it being a 145. But you know what? We've got a gacha, and I'm quite happy about that. I wasn't expecting it just to go through all them walls. I checked up on like the dodo decks at hand, and even that said it was only going to take a maximum of 120 walls, and that was for like a 180. But apparently, because I didn't feed it to it quick enough, that it's obviously started losing the taming, and then it sort of just went to absolute trash after that. But we've got a gacha, happy days there. What I'm going to do, I'm not too sure if we can carry these guys with the wyvern. If we can carry them and I find another decent leveled one, I'll probably carry that back to base and build up a bunch of balls and feed it back at base. Seems like the better idea rather than sort of thumbing my way through it there, because it's just like complete fumbled and I was in a sheer sort of just discombobulated frame of mind, and I just ended up letting the taming. I didn't even check the taming efficiency by the end of it. If I checked it, I thought it was going to drop down to about 40, maybe 50%, but that must have dropped down to like 4 or 5%. I'm extremely unhappy with the taming effectiveness, but you know what? It is what it is. What level are you, guy? Level 20. Do you know what? If we can sort of pick this guy up and get him trapped in a rock and just feed him a bunch of pickaxes and see what production he is, pick you up. Apparently we can't pick them up. Well, that's a pain. No, it's just not going to let me. Okay, well, I'm going to have a look around. If I find any sort of reasonable leveled ones, I'm sure that I'll figure out a way of taming it. But I'm going to see if I can find a way of just building a bunch of pickaxes to feed this guy here. And hopefully we can find a lower level one that does the claim. I won't be expecting anything dramatically good as far as drops go from them, like the weapon blueprints and stuff like that, or gear. Because you need a fairly decent high leveled one with the, I think it's crafting skill on them that you get, that you can pump the levels in. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to feed this guy an absolute bunch of pickaxes. If there's anything else I can feed him, I'll probably look it up to see. And I'm fairly sure if any of you are watching this and you know better ways of doing this, then please yell at me in the comments and let me know, because clearly I'm struggling. The walls would have been excellent if it had tamed it, but they are extremely heavy to carry around. So yeah, I'm not too sure where to go with it, but I'm going to give taming this guy a go. And how many pickaxes can we make? Absolutely none, because we need a bunch of thatch. I did just get thatch with you, didn't I? Yeah, I'm going to feed this guy and I'll let you know how I get on. Fuck. Fuck. So shit. No. Oh my god. Okay, so this one got interrupted halfway through by a Ferrazino who decided to absolutely shred all of my armour. I'm not too sure. Yep, you know what? I'm probably going to show you that clip actually. I'm not too sure what language I used or how panicked I was, but you can see me panically sort of get knocked towards my wiring and take him out, but my leg was broken and I was nearly dead, and I ended up having to feed this guy with the stupid whatchamacallits, just the pickaxes, which are still currently crafting. Oh my god, what an absolute nightmare this has been. I don't think I'm going to be coming down here anytime soon unless I'm properly prepared with a ridiculous amount of metal walls, because apparently they actually work quicker, supposedly. This one's level 20, just like I tamed it, so its taming effectiveness was down to 0. What production have we got? Sand, silk, oil. Organic polymer isn't a terrible one, but other than that, it's a pretty garbage. Yeah, at least he's male, so that way we can braid it. Yep, that's correct. We can breed it with the female we've got, rather than having to come down here until I am obviously properly prepared, because it's been a little bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. Very stressful. Getting attacked by a Ferrazino halfway through the tame was not easy to recover after that, but we've got 2 of them now tamed up, although I've absolutely trashed taming effectiveness, and I'm sure that there's a lot better ways if I was better prepared at least. But I came down here thinking, oh yeah, 120 odd walls is going to be enough, but no, it definitely wasn't. Anyway, I'm going to have a little fly around here, and then I've got to head back to Valguero in order to get the imprints done on the wyverns. Let me just double check how much time I've actually got left on that one. I've still got about an hour left before I actually have to head back. So yeah, I'm going to have a little fly around. If I manage to spot any other higher level Gachas, I'll probably keep a marker on my coordinates. I jot it down, just make sure I know where to come back to. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you back in a bit. And we're back, guys. It's actually the following evening. Now, I did manage to get these 2 Gachas back to home base. I've had them producing crystals for the better part of the last day or so, and then once the cooldown after taking them out of the cryopod sort of wore down, then you could mate them. And then we had a little baby Gacha, so we've got some decent items that they can produce. Like this one's got the black pearls, silk, jewel, gas balls, and I think what we're having at the moment is sand on both of them. And then the new baby one is going to be producing, I think the blue crystallized sap is probably the only reasonably decent thing. That way we can make the hazmat suits, but other than that, I think this baby will probably just go into storage. By the way, looking after a baby Gacha is mind-numbingly tedious. They will wait for their food to get to 0, and then they will eat everything in their inventory that they can eat, and then you have to sort of put a load of stuff back in. So I've been having to do this like every 20 seconds. Just I've had to have his inventory open for literally the last half an hour, just putting stone or berries in, and it is just stupidly tedious. Like, he'll sort of get hungry, then he'll sit down, he'll have an eat, and then I'll have to restock him. Right, grab that, thank you. Come on, before you die of hunger. And there we go, he's sitting down, he's having a munch, and he's eaten pretty much everything that he can in that one bite. So we've got a little bit of stone left over there, and his food goes up and then it goes all the way back down. So yep, this is going to be my life for the next hour or so. But I thought I'd bring you back to show you how the wyverns are doing as well. They are it would help if I had my HUD on, really. They're at 75% a piece. This one's going to need care in about an hour, so we're going to have to do a milk run. This guy almost died during the night because For some reason, he just wasn't eating until his food dropped down to about 500. And then after we managed to get milk first thing this morning, he then ate 3 of them in a row because, well, he just wanted to be awkward. The poison one was no issue raising, but the ice one, I'd advise hatching it very, very early in the day and then raising it throughout the day. Oh, there you are. You're following me, aren't you? Sorry, guy. Forgot that you was following me. Got some more stones. But yeah, unfortunately, we are actually running out of time for today's episode. It's been recorded over the span of about 2 days, and it's an absolute epic fail of how to tame Gachas. But you know what? We've got a couple of Gachas producing the resources that we currently need at a bit of a pain or a nightmare to get hold of on Valguero. And that was my main ambition and target for today, so I'm counting it as a success. And then hopefully by next episode I would have a proper setup, all sort of done and dusted in order to tame Gachas properly down in the, I want to say Sunken Forest, but I'm fairly sure I've got that wrong. Or is it Cratered Forest? I think it might be Cratered Forest, but you stop following me now. Are you still going to be on Wonder? Or are you just having a munch? You're having a munch. Some more stone. Oh, this is going to make my life so interesting for the next couple of hours, aren't you? Yay. Yeah, so that's it for today. Now, if you're wondering about the dung beetles, because in our kibble farm, which I'm going to show off in the next episode, it is completely built, but we're having a little bit of issues with mobs sort of glitching through the triangle foundations and then getting killed by stuff outside. After they glitch through, they sort of glitch outwards and then get killed by mobs around the actual kibble farm. So we're trying to figure out solutions for doing that, and we had to go get a bunch more dung beetles from Ragnarok because they're a lot easier to get on Ragnarok than anywhere else. But that is going to be it for me today because, yeah, it's actually evening time for me. I've still not eaten, and I'm going to have to babysit this Gacha and go on a milk run. It's a lot of responsibility, fatherhood, but someone has to do it. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.